Hey, everybody. I am fired up about tonight. We're talking about halftime. It's halftime with the real Ken Walls. There's no better Facebook coach than the real Ken Walls. So sit back. Oh, yeah, don't sit back. You should kind of lean in tonight because we're going to have a lot of fun. Ken started the show out. We're calling this halftime tonight. The theme's halftime. We're looking forward to talking about everything there is about halftime. So hang on. Here we go. Oh, there he is.
Oh, hey.
Ken. Man, it's nice to have you on the show again, Ken. It feels like 26 weeks ago that we had you on. Or 25.
I think it was around that.
You were the first show of the 2020 show.
I was. I'm honored, dude. And I'm honored to be back on here again.
I know.
Hey, can I say something? I see a couple of my friends and a mutual friend of yours and mine, Casey Marie Dennis, is watching.
How do you know? How do you see that she's watching already? Like, what am I missing?
Dude, I'm literally the livestreamingking.com.
You are, though.
I have my phone open.
See, I should have my phone going on the side.
You should. Yeah. That's in the training. Hey, so would everybody just share this out, by the way? Just share that out.
That is so true.
Yeah. Just share it out. Oh, you got to turn your volume down.
I figured that out there. Yeah, share it out. Share this out. This is going to be a great show. We're talking about halftime tonight, Ken, because I don't know that we got. I feel like we're at halftime. For me, I feel like the 52-week 12 months of 2020, I'm somewhere around halftime. I might be short a couple buckets, a couple weeks. I know I missed a couple weeks, but all in all, we're hitting about the halfway mark. And it was just like, you know what? I need to call Ken because it's like you want to go in for the pep. You want to go in for you finish the first half. I feel like we finished up a few points on the 2020 show, but yeah. You want your coach in there and you want to say like, hey, what's our strategy for finishing the year strong? There's been so much happening in 2020 that we never thought would happen. But nobody could have planned for that. Nobody. No doubt.
I think God may have even went, what?
Well, God might have said, well, everybody can. I bet you have two sides of every story. One could say God did it, and the other would be say God said what. But does God really say what? Like, does he really not know what's coming, Ken? I think he usually knows what's going on. You know what I mean?
I'm just like, who could have? Who would have ever thought of? It's mind blowing. It literally is mind blowing, man. So
well, there's definitely two guys who never would have thought, and that'd be you and I. Because when we started the 2020 show, we were all fired up. I was all fired up. I'm like, man, 2020, it's the year of the eye doctor. We're going to put the 2020 show on. We're going to talk about vision and everything else, and then boom,
COVID.
Yeah.
But look, we just got back from a nice family vacation last week down in Destin, Florida. Mm-hmm. They are not aware of COVID down there. I promise you that.
Is that right? Okay, tell us about it because you're living in Marion, Ohio now.
Yeah.
I feel like Ohio has been very aware.
Very.
Down in Destin, and what happens down there, it's just like, whatever.
It's obviously they're aware, but they're it's wide open. They are closing they're closing. I need a good eye doctor. They to fix my glasses that
you actually need a good optician.
Oh.
The optician would really be the one to fix your glasses. Now I could teach you right now. We could show everybody on the show how to make that left side high get down to normal.
How do we do that?
It's all about the temples, actually. It's about these.
Uh-huh.
So if you take your glasses, this is the lesson for everybody out there because we're getting visual. You take your glasses and you take them like this upside down and lay them right on a flat surface, Ken. If you tap one of the angles, is one of them rock up and down? Does it rock up and down?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So what you want to do is make those even. So you really, a lot of times we say you should take the one that is like away from you, that is not sitting up off the table. You should take that one and bend it downward a little bit. Just bend it down at the temple, right here at the edge. You don't want to like take it out here and bend it down. You want to take it up here in the front and just give it a little bend and then lay it back down and make it level again. You see, Ken is one of
it worked.
Ken's one of many.
Dude, it worked.
Level.
Wow, it worked.
Ken's one of the many who has sat on his glasses. We all do it. And Ken, you're like totally level right now.
Yeah, they're level. They're pretty darn close. Wow. So I think
I hope my staff in Jamaica is watching that because that is see, there's Sharon. Sharon is competition. She works in our Walmart location here in Lookout Valley.
Oh, does she really?
And see, she says, hold the hinge and do it slowly. And see, she knows the trick.
Tisha says like magic.
Hey, and Tisha is watching. She's a past professional eye care staffer. I think she's up in like Canada or something.
Wow.
Yep. It worked.
It worked. So yeah, down in Destin, I mean, they're open. I mean, they are closing the grocery stores and stuff at like 9 o'clock and the restaurants are at 50% capacity. But
yeah,
I mean, which made no sense because like everybody is like really close together. And I don't know. Don't give away all of our secrets.
We're really about helping people. So we need them to know those little secrets,
Right.
But you're like an optician now. You did a great job. Look at how level your glasses are.
I know.
I'm really impressed.
Can I get a job with you now?
Well, I don't have a practice in Marion anymore.
I know.
The commute to Chattanooga is going to be a little difficult, or to Jamaica.
Dude, Jill and I have actually thought about moving to Chattanooga.
Oh, you should come, dude. It is so good here.
It's amazing. I love that city.
Why don't you come down for a visit? Come do a visit to our place. Come in July. If it needs to be August, but you need to come visit in July or August because it's a good place. Plus, you're like one of those guys that it doesn't really matter where you live because you're virtual.
I can do what I do anywhere. I have, as a matter of fact.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We're talking about
halftime.
There's three things I want to talk about halftime tonight, Ken.
Okay.
You're going to tell me the third, right?
Okay.
The first one is I have all three now. I think I have all three.
Okay.
The first one is the 2020 show halftime.
Yep.
I want to kind of talk about where we've been, where we are now, and where we're going to go to finish the year.
Yep.
The second one is COVID halftime because I kind of feel like COVID is at halftime right now. Like it came in with a very intense first half.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows that everybody's going there and taking a break in the locker room. Destin doesn't know we have it, but everybody's talking about the fall, which is going to be like the second half, right? Let's just talk about it. And then the third halftime is like kind of like my life. I'm 51. I think I'll live to 100 something. I feel like I will. I feel good. I'm still beating my kids. If Max and Griffin are watching, I took them down tonight on the 18 holes out at the Black Creek. Griffin took us last night, but I won the night.
Wow.
I got another 50 years, and you're about the same age as I am. So maybe we got to finish. So we're like halftime of life too. What do we do for the second half of our life? I don't want to like just fade away second half.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
let's cover those things.
Okay. Let's go. You want me to start? What was the first one?
Let's talk about the 2020. I mean,
it's been amazing.
First half of 20. Here's one thing about I always get this question. I can't believe one hasn't happened yet. Now, maybe because they're getting tired of me not answering. Is like everybody in Jamaica always says, "When are you coming to Kingston?" Like when are you coming to Kingston? Well, COVID kind of like messed up Kingston.
Oh, you were right there too, man. You were just getting ready for that, weren't you?
But let me be honest. I was also a little dragging my feet on Kingston, but maybe it was because maybe it was because COVID was coming, and the good Lord, who has watched over me all my life, really, but particularly in the second half of my first half, right?
Yeah.
Might have been protecting me from getting ourselves in a place that we couldn't be yet. So we're not in Kingston yet.
You're not.
We said we would in 2020, though.
I thought you had a place picked out or something.
Oh, we did. It was so nice. It was a great spot. It was so choice. But you know what? Now that COVID's come and a lot of businesses might have gone out of business, there might be a better place to find now. And the rent might be cheaper.
That's right. I think here's the thing, man. With every adversity, there comes a tremendous amount of blessings if you're looking for them. And, you know, I was doing a live stream last night and I said,
you do a live stream every night.
I do a couple of live streams a day. Typically more, sometimes more. I've done over 2,000 of them. So I've done a couple of them. But, you know, I was doing one last night and I said, look, God may be trying to talk to you through me. God may be trying to talk to you through that homeless person that you yell at because they're in your way. God may be trying to talk to you through so many different channels, but we ignore them. And you're like, God, I'm not getting the answer. The answers are always there, man. We just don't see them because we're looking through the wrong pair of glasses, maybe. Right? Or we need our vision checked.
Yeah.
Right? The answers are there. They're always there.
Yeah. I've got a good preaching message on that one about, like, you know, your spiritual glasses. You know, what lenses are you looking through? Who's your spiritual eye doctor? You know, who's giving you that view? Like, but from a physical standpoint, I knew it. See, here's so fun is Janetta. She says, doctor, you need to come to Kingston. I told you there's every show someone asks about Kingston.
Right.
And Janetta, one way or another, we're going to find a way to get ourselves there. We are really going to do it. COVID has certainly been it could be a great excuse for us if we wanted to have excuses, but we don't really live in excuses. But it's definitely a pause for us. Yeah.
So what's going on with Jamaica, dude? What's happening with it?
You know, one of the next guests that we need to talk about is Dr. Nick. Dr. Nick is our Mission Corps optometrist that's there. He's just committed. He's crushing it. His family's killing it. I'm not killing it. They're living it. Casey is raising their children down there, homeschooling. What happened is they have been down there straight through. It's been like 6-7 months that they haven't left Jamaica. And so they went back home for a little break because they can actually fly back into Jamaica. So Jamaica just closed its borders back in like the beginning of April. Closed it, locked it down, you know, and so everything kind of shut down. No more people coming in. They've controlled COVID really well. They've done it. Jamaica's done an amazing job, and they really grasp the reality that wellness and health is not just your breathing and your lungs and your thing going on. It's also economical. There's a real factor of health and wellness when it comes to economy. Yeah. So they're really trying to do their best to balance the economical health and all those associated diseases that come with bad economy or good economy, along with, you know, physical health. So, it's they've been doing a great job. So they're opened up June 15th. You can go in now. Tourists are going in. They're testing when they come in. Dr. Nick went back home with his family to do some testing up here in Arkansas, get his license and whatnot. Trying to fly back in today, missed his flight. So we still don't know what happens when you go in. So he's kind of like the guinea pig or the test run for when you come in. So we're going to find out tomorrow what actually happens when you go back in. But
poor Dr. Nick, he has to be the guinea pig, huh?
Well, he chose it. You know, he needed to go back. And so it makes sense. And you know, he's a champion and he needs to be on the show. He needs to be our second half guy because Nick can really tell you what's going on in Jamaica. He's been working through COVID. He's been helping people. I'm really looking forward to having him on the show. So he's our next in line.
Rhonda, thank you for your kind comment. I'm just
you got Pastor Henry at Richmond Park Church of the Nazarene. So Pastor Henry, I think that he would volunteer to let us bring the coaster clinic to the Church of the Nazarene in Kingston, and we could set up like a day clinic. That's how, for all those out there watching Professional Eye Care Kingston's, that's what we're trying to do, is probably create a place where we can come in for a day or do an overnighter, you know, and do a little 2-day at our Nazarene churches, which the Church of the Nazarene can, if you don't know, that's really how pretty much all of Jamaica started, was to the Church of the Nazarene. Yeah.
I do know that, actually. Remember, I sat down and ate dinner right next to the pastor of the Church of the Nazarene here in Marion. I think I told you that.
I don't know that I knew that.
I told you that. Yeah.
Wow. My memory. See, this is why I do the show, because it's video recorded. But Janetta still says we need to be in Kingston.
Yeah.
She had 2 appointments to come to Mandeville, but Mandeville is like an hour and a half away. Our Mandeville office says they have half of their offices coming from Kingston. It's like hour and a half, 2-hour drive.
Wow.
My mom's always on the show, Ken. She says it's even past my bedtime tonight. This is something I want to talk about second half. Tell us this, Ken. When do you seem to get the most viewers or the most attraction? Because I've been doing the show at like 8 o'clock Eastern. And so tonight, you know what? It was a beautiful day out. The boys wanted to play a little golf. I wanted to play a little golf. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play while it's light. This show can be done in dark or light or whatever. Nobody knows what time it is necessarily. And I was, East Coast or West Coast people, 10 o'clock for them, 7 o'clock. So what's your take? What's the better time in the second half for the 2020 show? What's a better time for us to expose ourselves to our followers?
I think that the prime time is 8, 9 o'clock, somewhere in there.
Eastern?
Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
I think, again, it all comes down to delivering value in your message, right? So although it's been nostalgic for you and a lot of the folks involved in Mission of Sight and watching this all come together, there needs to be an overarching message in each show that's a message of value that can inspire people to live a better life. That's what I always try to bring. That's what I teach my students.
The players. So we're talking sports tonight. We're halftime.
Yeah. So I mean, you have to continue to bring value and help people. Like, you've got Janetta on here. She's made 2 appointments for her son, but never got to come to Mandeville. So let's give her some hope and say, hey, Dr. Nick's on his way down. He'll drive over. I'm just kidding.
Well, I love it, Ken. That's the truth. I mean, that's even where like I kind of like birthed the whole coaster game. And I can really find myself enjoying jumping in the coaster, Kingston, doing an overnighter, and see another 50 or 100 people the second day with another doc. And then we go back and we figure it out. So we've got quite a great team assembled down there. COVID really has helped our management team to really become a stronger unit. Like, I mean, there's 8 or 9 of us, and they're all just coming together. Rhonda's done an amazing job.
I'm sure she has.
And that kind of brings us to the one thing we were happy about is we've been doing Zoom for 2 years, 3 years. Yeah. I mean, it's been our normal gig. So when COVID comes on, it's like, okay, well, we got to Zoom.
Yeah.
We're doing Zoom. For you, let's talk about you a little, Ken, because you're on the show as a guest, taking your time out. Like, for you, it's like the whole world came into your play field. I feel like I would think that a lot of people came into your environment and forced to come in.
I mean, people are looking for solutions, and I'm a solutions provider when it comes to technology, and so it's just like the thing with Kingston. My brain, here's how my brain works. my brain immediately said, okay, how can we serve Kingston? And I'm not even part of your team, right? But I'm like, I am technically.
You are, though. Don't even say you're not. That's not
yeah,
correct.
I am. I build all the websites.
Yep.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Jill, my wife, built all the websites.
Yeah,
but but my brain is like, how can we make this happen? How can we serve Kingston and get over there and help as many people and still be fiscally responsible and be able to provide great service too? Because you don't want to sacrifice service just to have a presence there either, right? So
that's right.
But I think that this show, how many people, what's the number you're showing as far as the viewers on right now?
Viewers now is only 13.
13, Gemini. So what I would say is, Jeanette, share this out so we can let more people in the Kingston area know that we may be over there. The more people that view this video, the better, and respond and say, hey, we want you over here. We want you over here. Well, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. You know, Weldon Whitehurst is a really good friend of mine. I love that dude, by the way. So, you know, how do you serve? And that's what the message needs to be. And I know that that's where your heart is, and that's what your entire business is built on, is being of service to others. And you know, so that the second half of 2020 for me is more about, less about how, you know, how maybe how cool I am, or my great pictures that Casey Marie Dennis took. Those turned out really nice. But it's more about, we're coming up to the second half, you know, at the end of June, we're entering the second half. And it's like, okay, so the first half was really screwed up. I think we can all agree with that. There was some challenges in there that we were not expecting, but what did it do for us? What it did for us is it forced us to look at other ways to survive other than being in person. And I would say that most of us figured that out pretty okay. What do you think? Do you disagree?
It's not a disagreement. No.
What is it? Dude, I know you really well. You've got something on your mind. Say it.
Well, me and my good friend JD Frost, we've been studying Psalms and Proverbs all month. This is I wanted to talk about this. We went through the whole Bible in a year. We finished the Bible in a year at the end of May, and it's in the YouVersion Bible. It's 365 days, you know, and that was really big for both of us to make that kind of commitment. But we're in Psalms and Proverbs, and I keep listening to Proverbs, keep saying about, like, you know, take time and listen and don't talk so fast. You know, like, don't try to just throw your answer out that you think you got that isn't necessarily based on reality. So I'm just trying to pause, you know, I mean, I'm trying to pause and think about it, because, you know, on all these topics right now, Ken, that are out there, and we're not going to get into all of them, right? But the police brutality, the racism card, the poverty, the privilege, the presidential race, the COVID game, and the masks, and all that stuff. If you jump to just say what you feel about right away, you just may not be right. And, you know, I'm just trying to take more time to think about what everybody thinks. And the crazy thing is that, my God, none of us think the same thing. You know, about half of us think one way and the other half think the other way.
But I think that's okay, man. We're all, you know, we're all different. If we were all the same, this would be one boring world to live in. But I think that it's important that we do pause. I say this all the time. I meditate every single morning of my life, and I've done it for the last 17 years, and I have not missed a morning. And you know, and I won't miss. I'll be late for a meeting before I miss. And it's not like I'm not like going off into some Buddhist thing, or I'm literally
like on your head doing
no, dude. I spend time, you know, I pray, and then I spend time in silence, just listening. Praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening, and we don't listen enough. God's trying. I said this earlier. God's trying to give us messages, man, and we're so busy looking for ways to respond and react that we don't take the time to shut the heck up and listen.
That's why he gave us 2 ears. So to listen twice as much as we talk. 2 ears in the mouth.
Right. Right.
I forget what the question was that you asked me that I was taking so long to answer about COVID or.
Well, we're the same age, so I have the same memory lapse issue.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the other thing the Proverbs talks about. It's like you could be an utter fool, and if you just don't open your mouth, people think you might be really smart. I mean, I love that one. It's like, wow, you're really contemplating. It's more like I have no idea what to say, so I'm just not going to open my mouth. You know what I mean? So but when you open it, and it says, but when you open your mouth, then all fool will jump out of there if you don't know what you're doing, you know? So, so Yvonne Watts, that's Casey's mom. She's
yeah, I know Yvonne.
Hit the button. Awesome. Yeah. Weldon says he has a hard time meditating. He's working on it. It's hard to be still and just think and listen.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why most 99.9% of the world doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But you know, I wrote a chapter about that in my book and it's an old ancient story about, you know, now this doesn't go along with Christianity. So, but you know, there's a story, it's an old Hindu story that all the gods got together one day and said, we gave all the humans this free gift to know everything that they could ever want to know. And they're just abusing it. And so we're going to take it away from them and hide it. And they have to really work to find it. And one of them said, well, let's put it at the highest mountain on earth. And they said, no, they'll learn to climb and they'll find it too easy. Another one said, well, let's put it at the deepest part of the ocean. And no, they'll learn how to dive down. And the wisest one of them all spoke up and said, why don't we hide it deep within the humans themselves? They'll never think to look there.
Ooh, wow. That's interesting.
Right. And it's like, dude, the answers to everything that I mean, God is, you ask, if you tell 100 people in a room, close your eyes and point to you. Most people are going to point right to the center of their chest. Right.
Yeah.
So the spirit, our spirit, like when the human body dies, when it dies, 5 minutes later, it weighs exactly the same as it weighed prior to that, right? But prior to the death, there's something very significant missing, and that's the spirit, the soul. It's gone. Where does that exist? Where does that live? I think it's where everybody points to when you say, who are you? Where are you? They point to themselves right there. So when we learn how to just quiet our minds and ask God to give us the answers to what we're seeking. I mean, the Bible says, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. But like, we're all so blah, 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 talking all the time and praying and praying and praying and telling God how to do his job. And he's doing it. We're just not listening.
Wow. Ken, you're preaching tonight.
I don't mean to preach. I'm sorry.
What's going on? I mean, I tell you what, I think I know you're going to be in the pulpit with us there. I'm pretty impressed by this.
I'm just, what's Deanna say? Is it Deanna or Dina?
That's my mom. Yeah. Her name's Dee. We call her Dee.
Dee. Oh, hi, Mom.
Yep. Helps her understand things more clearly.
I do. Oh, I love that. So do I, Mom. I can't call her Mom though, right?
Oh yeah, you can. We're practically brothers. I mean, you've got a younger brother named Doug.
I do, and I am older than you. I'm going to be 52 next month. 52. Crazy.
July what?
That means I have I'll be a full deck. July 17th.
Oh, you should come to Chattanooga for your birthday.
Okay. I think that Jill already has a plan.
Yeah, you might already have something planned. I just figured I'd throw that out there.
No, I think she does. I think, yeah. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna get to Chattanooga, man.
You are.
So. Okay, well, thank you, Mom. I'm gonna call her Mom now, and she lives right down the road from me, if I'm not mistaken.
She's in Salem, Ohio, actually.
Where's Salem? Is that far from Marion?
Youngstown, yeah, it's kind of east.
Oh,
close to the border, but
she
knows Marion well. She's done spend a lot of time there with us.
Yeah.
So I love the message that you're giving us, though, Ken. I love that idea that I think we should keep on that. That we need to listen more, and we need to just like take a little time with the Lord and let Him kind of lead us. I mean, I think that's one thing maybe a lot of people have either done or not done. Oh, that's pretty profound, right? But over COVID is like it's
a paradox.
It's forced you to either go crazy because you can't do anything, or you're inside with yourself, or it's like, I will say this, for me, it's really given me more time to kind of slow down a little. I mean, I've been told I've been burning it at both ends for so long, and eventually you're gonna burn out and all kinds of other stuff. And I think I need you to help me a little bit with this one, Ken. I feel a little bit like I've taken a step back this last month or so. I haven't done story posts. I haven't done my Instagram stuff. I've really kind of washed back. I was trying to be helpful. Here's my confession. I was trying to be helpful about COVID with what I felt was going on. I didn't get crazy with it. I was trying to be very in the middle, but just trying to help people relieve their anxiety. I got a ton of thrashing. I got some really weird stuff happening. And I finally just kind of said, maybe it's better for me to just stay quiet for a while. And it could have been that maybe I was saying, I don't want to deal with all that. And I feel like maybe I backed up, and I, what do you want to call that? Like, I regressed. I didn't stand up for what I should know. But whatever it is, I did it for a while. Yeah. It's been really helpful for me, honestly. But at the same point, that's why I'm here at the halftime going, I feel like I don't want to help me out with what I'm trying to say, but it's
you retreated, or contracted maybe, and I think that
I did.
I think that the wrong, and this isn't me thrashing you in any way. I love you, dude. Yeah. But the wrong response to, especially when you get blowback on social media. I get I have not worn a mask. I will not wear a mask. If you don't like that, block me, unfriend me. I don't care. Here's the thing.
But you don't care about me if you don't wear a mask, Ken.
Oh, I know. I'm selfish like that, Doug. So you have to believe that it's a really, really significant issue. And I don't. So I've had too many doctors on my show that are disease specialists that are like, it's the flu. So, but I don't want to get too far into that. But I saw a post from a lady today that said, if you are not wearing a mask and you're going out in public, you're not being brave. You're just an arrogant cuss word. And I was like, you know what? I am an arrogant cuss word, and I'm now blocking you from being in my life or world. Like, you're out of here. You'll never see another post of mine again, and I won't see another one of hers. So there's almost 8 billion people on planet Earth. If 50 or 100 of them are ticked off and they want to judge me and they want to throw stones, throw your stones all you want. I don't care. There's 7+ billion other people besides you. I'll help them instead of you. So the way that, and I know that I'm not saying that people are a commodity, but like, I look, if I spend my life trying to make everybody happy, I am going to do it. Stark raving mad. It's not possible. It is not possible. You're going to upset people. You're going to you're I'm here, Weldon. And he's a wise guy too, by the way. I actually never let the COVID-19 bother me. I've been respectful to those that thought the world was ending. Right. And I me too. I didn't go out and unfriend everybody that thought the world was coming to an end.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll even die of COVID-19. I don't know. Do you know when your number is up?
Nope.
Nope, none of us do, man. And that's why at halftime, all of a sudden we're going, oh God, it's halftime. Like I'm literally halfway through this game.
Yeah.
Whoa, what have I really done? What significant impact have I really, really made? And do I have more left in the tank to give? And the answer for me is I have a lot more left. If you listen to David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, which if you listen to that, it's filled with a lot of curse words, but he's also considered the toughest man alive. And he was a Navy SEAL. He's a complete, just unbelievable human being. And he says, when your body is like, okay, I've had enough. I can't do anymore. I'm done. It's over. I can't go anymore. You've only hit about 40% of your potential.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because we start making these excuses and justifications.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that where I know you have, where you're driving on a long drive and you're like, oh no, I can't. I'm falling asleep. I can't. And then something happens. I don't know what. Maybe you start to go off the road and it scares you so much that you come to, and then all of a sudden you've got that second wind and you're like, wow, I was so tired a few minutes ago, and now I feel like I could run a marathon. You ever had that happen?
Not when I'm driving, Ken. I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
When I'm driving and I'm really tired, I just got to pull over and sleep. I never really react from that. But I will say back in the day when I used to play basketball, like when we had to run 16s, I remember like there was no way I was going to get 16 in. And just find a way, like a physical extra push. And yes, I've had it. I totally get what you're saying. Me, it's more in the exam room, right? I'm down in Jamaica, and I've already seen 25, 30 people, and I'm like, I'm like done. And then I look out there, and there's like another 25 or 30, and you're like, throw me a line, give me some coffee, and let's go. And then next thing you know, we get through them. So we never really are at the end of our rope.
It's our excuses that keep us down, man. It's the excuses.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, did I answer a question? Did you even ask one?
I asked one. You didn't answer it, but you went off on your own little rant. And
what was it? What was the question? I'm so sorry.
No, I don't think it was a question, Ken. You answered whatever we were talking about. We're talking about halftime. We're talking about halftime tonight. So you're on it.
You went on your own little rant. That's
Lord. So I think the other thing for me on second half is I got to get out of the. Well, I guess here's my problem, Ken. Structure and order is not always my strong suit. I'm a very we were saying the word this morning, but I mean I'm kind of haphazard in my life in a sense, and I almost have to have it that way, or else I might go crazy, because it's just so ordered. And that's why God gave me Rhonda, because she keeps it in line, and she loves me enough to let me kind of swing my way and do my thing. Sometimes I get stressed about Tuesday night at 8:00. It's like, oh, it's Tuesday night, 8:00. I gotta get ready for Tuesday night, 8:00. And then other times I'm like, I ought to just pop on the show and just talk about eyeglasses. I don't just. Why am I so? Why am I like? There's a part of the 2020 show for me that's too structured. Like I watch you and like you're on like all the time. And I'm like, I should be a little bit like Ken and just pop on and let people like I'm in the mood to share right now, but it's Thursday at 4. You know what I mean? I feel like I should just pop on. So help me, Ken. Tell me about that one.
Okay, I will. So have you ever heard of something called reframing? Not in the optometry world, but reframing in your mind. See,
I don't know if I know that one.
When you're feeling stressed because you're viewing it wrong in your mind. I mean, there's nothing to be stressed about. You are like, let me just scroll through the comments here and read some of these comments to you, Dr. Doug. Let's see. It worked like magic. Don't give away all of our secrets, LOL. Talking about my glasses. What did you do? You did something. You provided value to the entire freaking world, by the way, because this is open for the entire freaking world to see. Doctor, you need to come to Kingston. You have people begging you to come and they want to spend their money with you and have you help them. You've got your beautiful, amazing wife on here calling me a bona fide friend, which was awesome. Thank you. You've got Andrew Henry on here saying come to Richmond Park Church of the Nazarene. You said he's a pastor, so you have a pastor on here down in Kingston. You've got all these people. You're touching their lives right now. And every time you go live, every time you get on, you deliver value. I know you do because you just get out of the way and let God work through you. So by not getting on and doing a live stream when you feel like, hey, I have a message to deliver, you're literally stealing from all of these beautiful people that are on here watching you right now.
Wow.
Do you need any more help?
No, those are the things you need to hear. I need to hear, because that's kind of what I don't know if that's a word, impetus or impetized or whatever. It's the impetus of the show was I felt like I was stealing from people by not letting them know what God has done in our lives, in the life of professional eye care, Mission of Sight, and our family especially. And it was like, I need to let people know, otherwise I'm hiding it under a bushel. Got this wonderful light.
Know what's available to them too, right?
Yeah.
Because if God can do it for you, and he's done it for me. He's done it for so many people that we know. And there are people, dude, one of my clients, and she's a dear friend of mine. She owns a big company, multi-million-dollar company. And she had to do cutbacks during the COVID thing. And one of her employees committed suicide. Because he didn't have the financial and was under all this financial stress. And so like there are people in this world hurting right now, and it may be COVID related. It might be childhood related and they're still living in it, or it may be whatever, they're hurting. And by us not getting on a live stream, and this goes to anybody that has value to deliver, which is everybody, by not getting on a live stream and delivering a valuable message of hope and love and inspiration to other people, then we're actually telling God, hey, thanks for these gifts and everything, but I'm just going to keep them to myself. That's my personal opinion. I am opinionated.
Yeah, but that's okay because that's who you are, and you know who you are. You know what I mean?
You said, yeah.
I appreciate that though, really, Ken, because I think that's going to be my second half, because what happens Tuesday comes around and something important in life is happening and I need to be a part of that. And then I'm like guilty because I'm not going to run the show. Like it was last week. I mean, last week there was something going on with some of the things we're doing. I'm like, I don't have time for the show right now, but I had time during the week.
You had it Monday or
Tuesday at 8, so I didn't do it. Yeah. So I think second half, I'm just gonna go on when I feel led, because I very much, and I will testify that I feel like I'm very led by the Holy Spirit. There are times I'm led by Doug, and I try to fight those, but I feel like the Spirit leads me the majority of the time because I try to allow him to. And if I got a little word or something going on, I'm just gonna pop on, Ken. I'm just gonna pop on my face and just talk, because like even I'll call her out. My niece told me the other day, like you're saying, like the show we had was really instrumental. It was really helpful for her, and it connected us. And she popped a message to me in a time where she needed a message, and I had a message for her. Like I had I had a word for her that I was like, this is not me talking about this. This is something coming from within, like in that spot.
Yeah.
And I know it helped her. And it's because I was on a Tuesday at 8. Well, imagine if I would be on Friday at 6:30. You know, because the shows stay on, people can watch them later.
They can. I mean, it's when it comes to doing a show, it's always good to have an established time that you're going to do a show.
Yes.
But you know, it doesn't have to be the 2020 show. It can be Doug McCloy coming on and talking about the world needs more love and less hate. It could be Doug McCloy.
I like that one.
Yeah, or you know, or coming on and saying, you know, COVID is a hoax. I'm kidding.
You gotta give me.
I'm kidding. Don't know.
Oh yes, you got to give me like a different logo. Like so, if I click, oh, see, I could do the show. It's not the 2020 show now. Oh,
that's right.
Now it's the 2020 show.
There you go.
Hey, now it's the Mission Insight show.
There you go, dude.
There's the Professional Eye Care show.
There you go.
Oh, now I'm just doing StreamYard.
Yeah.
I need a new one, Ken. I need like a Doug one up there. Like, you know what I mean?
You do. You do.
You have to put those in there.
I don't even use, I put nothing up there at all. So I you know, but I look, I think that we've had, you know, in 2020 has been weird, man. It started off really kind of cool and feeling real powerful, and then
it didn't last long.
COVID hit, and this whole thing is like, it's been crazy, and it's not been, you know, like me sitting here going, well, it's fake or whatever. Nobody knows for sure, man. Nobody.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody does. There are some people that know the absolute truth, but they're never going to tell us what the absolute truth is. So I think that you just have to deal with what you have as best as you can. And, you know, we have an opportunity to positively impact the lives of other people. And you cannot, like, you can't just start calling Amber Mead and Janetta and well, you can call your mom, and Yvonne and well, you could call Yvonne, but you know what I mean? You can't call everybody every day and say,
right.
Hey, but you can get on here where they all follow you already and say, you know, I was just led by God to deliver a message of, you know, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Yeah. But you're helping people doing that. You're helping.
We could teach people how to bend frames.
Bend your frames. Like, that's right.
Honestly, there's times where I'm like, you know what? We could talk about diabetic retinopathy right now because it's really serious.
Right.
You know, or whatever. Yeah.
It could be, dude, it could literally be anything. And by the way, I mean, I think you know this. There is I wrote a free ebook with over 100 ideas. It's free, and I'm not trying to use this as a marketing ploy, but I haven't. It's free. You go to 100livestreamsecrets.com. Put that up there, and you can download it for free.
What is it? 100
livestreamsecrets.com.
100.
Excuse me.
Livestreamsecrets.com.
Yeah.
Lord, I'd have enough content for at least 100 shows.
There's 100 ideas that I wrote out in there.
Whoa, that's not right.
That's right.
Wait,
wasn't it?
It's not showing it.
Oh, you're wanting to put it on as a, you have to go back in and click that little pencil and edit it.
Oh.
And then click the scroll as banner.
That's what I was trying to do. That's why you're the coach. 100livestreamsecrets.com.
And you can download it for free. It's a free ebook.
But a lot of people are afraid to go live. Like,
well, I get that.
Yeah.
That's why I exist. I help people get unafraid of going live.
Yeah.
Look.
You helped me.
You know, my buddy Glenn Morshower,
I knew you were going to say his name. I was trying to figure of his name. The dude that came into dropping on Nashville on you.
Yeah. I mean, I told him, I said, you officially hold the world record for being the only high-level celebrity to get on an airplane and fly anywhere to meet me. But he flies into Nashville, but he has he talks about this all the time because he does a lot of life coaching and so do I. But he says, you realize that you outswam 500 million sperm. Like you won that race. Do you know that the odds of being born, actually getting through all the cell duplication, the heartbeat appearing at 7 weeks, and then making it all the way through the gestation period to being born into this world, the odds are 1 in 400 trillion. 1 in 400 trillion are the odds.
I've ever heard that statistic.
It's a real statistic. 1 in 400 trillion are the odds of actually being born. The odds of winning the lottery are 1 in 260 million. That's like nothing compared to being born.
Wow, that really has to make you feel special if you're alive.
If you don't feel special, think about that. Like 1 in 400 trillion, and you're here and you're living a mediocre life. Not you, but I'm talking to whoever. You already know if you're being mediocre. So if this is if it's coming into you and you're getting mad at me, it's because I'm hitting a hot button. You're living a mediocre life, and God said, hey, you know what? I'm going to help you beat the 1 in 400 trillion odds, and I'm going to make sure that you're born into this planet because you have something special to give to the world, and you're sitting around with your thumb up your nose doing nothing about it. It's time for the world to wake up.
Are you preaching? Are you preaching again, Ken? I mean, you're fired up. I catch you at 10 o'clock, and that's a hot hour for you, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
I like it. I love it. Rhonda does too. Wow, you're special. I mean, it really does put some perspective on it. I mean, we're talking about framing, like to think that the fact that we're alive is a 1 in 400 trillion odd.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
We can't even our brain can't calculate it.
No, you can't fathom that.
No, you can't calculate the odds of winning the lottery, which is 1 in 260 million. But 260 million goes into 400 trillion, like 1,100 times or something. Like it's something insane, right? So it's like
I can't afford to be mediocre.
Look,
with that kind of perspective, to be mediocre, it's not really cool.
There's going to come a point. There's going to come a point where we all die and we get to meet God, and we go to God and we're standing before God, and maybe God will say to you or me, maybe God's going to go, I want to show you a couple of TV screens. We have TVs here in heaven now. I want to show you a couple of TV screens. and he says, this is a video of the life that I had planned for you, and this is a video of the life that you actually lived.
Mm-hmm.
I want those videos to match up. I want them to match. I want my life that I actually live and that I am being and doing and having. I want that to match the plan that God had for me and had in mind when he said, I'm going to help you beat the 1 in 400 trillion odds and put you on the planet to deliver a message, to do something very, very special. Maybe you're the best seamstress in the world and nobody knows it because you're a big old secret. Maybe you bake the best cake ever and only your kids and family know. Why are you sitting on these secrets? Why are you sitting on these gifts and not putting it out to the world? So that's what I like talking about.
I can tell.
Wake up. Wake up.
Oh, sleeper. That's scriptural. Wake up, oh, sleeper. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a very pivotal message for me in like 2009. It was like the Morse revivals. And it was about wake up, church, wake up, you sleeper. Like, you aren't getting at it. I mean, look at your 1 in 400 million chance, or trillion, or billion, or whatever you said.
Trillion.
And you're just sitting around watching TV, when you got so much more to offer. I got to address Cheryl Martin. I don't know if she's still on there. Dad had an appointment for pandemic, trying to find a procedure to start again soon. Yes, we're going to start doing cataract surgeries. Yes, we have to wait for the borders to open. Our ophthalmologist is waiting to come, but is waiting on the Ministry of Health. They're delaying until July. Our surgeons who volunteer are waiting till October. So we've got some wait going on, but they are going to happen. Sure. I just need to get that out there, Ken. Sorry, I didn't want to come off the game. That's kind of like our special thing, Ken. Like, I know that we are called to the recovery of sight. Yeah. I know that we have this special secret, or this recipe to help blind people see, which is called cataract surgery. Yeah. And we just have to remain and stay focused on, even though the pandemic and the COVID is slowing that down, we're still going to recover, and recover strong from it. So
I think that speed is so important for anyone, especially if you have a business. You've got to, I look at these people and I talked about this on my live stream last night. I look at people like Grant Cardone, or look at Donald Trump, or look at these very, very, very wealthy people that own these giant private jets and $30-50 million homes or whatever. And how do they do that? Are they really that much smarter than me? They're
the same 1 in 400 trillion.
I know, right? And it's like, are they really, did God show favoritism? I don't think so. I don't think God does that. So it's like, what happened? Why, where, and my conclusion is it's action. It's the levels of action. It's the levels of, here's the thing. I think that we all are walking around trying to not die. I'm just going to try to not die. I just want to survive, and survive well today. And instead of, well, what if I were to just say, you know what, I'm going to take a massive leap, and I'm going to just open up in Kingston, or I'm going to take a massive leap and say, you know what, I think there's more opportunity in Chattanooga. I'm out of here, or whatever it is. Right. So taking that big jump and saying, because what happens, I took a big jump, moved to Vegas a few years ago, didn't work out, but I learned a lot. I gained a lot mentally and emotionally and spiritually. It didn't work out, and it almost bankrupted me, but that's okay. That's okay, because I learned and I grew from it. And guess what, dude? I survived, and I'll continue to survive until they put me in the grave. So, I think that we're so afraid of making a mistake, but yet that's what life is about.
Yeah.
It's about that, man. 10x actions and incredible time management. Amen, dude. I agree with you, Weldon. Sorry, dude. I've been going off on these tangents, and we're at 58 minutes already. Jeez.
I know. And I usually start talking at 45 to 50 minutes. I start saying, hey, we always try to keep the show at an hour. So let's start to bring this thing in, let's bring it in. So let's try to do that now, Ken. Let's try to bring the game in. So
it can go over an hour, by the way.
Yeah, I know. See, there's the whole structure game again,
Yeah.
I have had a couple where it's like I went to cut off an hour, and all of a sudden, it's like everybody started jumping on. I'm like, oh, what did I turn the thing off for? People finally started watching after an hour.
That happens. But I normally, my shows go anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half sometimes. So,
well, I want to go on and do 25 minutes or 25 or 6 minutes. I just feel like sometimes I should just go on and just talk for 25 minutes. And then somebody will pop on, and I'd say, hey, you want to jump on with me? That's what I want to do. That's my second half, is spontaneously bring somebody on. I'm fed up with this structure, Ken. And you know who's causing the structure? Me. Notice where
It's and that's the thing, dude. Is I'm not good at structure.
Yeah,
I don't do it. I'm
no.
terrible at it. Terrible.
But I'm not going to destructure, and I'm not going to. I mean, we're going to try to keep a night, but once a week feels a lot better than every Tuesday at 8 for me. That's just how I'm made, you know. Like I'd probably do twice or 3 times a week if I knew it was X times a week, rather than it's this night, this day, at this time.
Just like I feel, I'm not going to go into the whole racism thing. I'm not going to go into the whole COVID thing. I'm not going into all of that, but I will say that we as humans have this tendency of having to put a label on everything. And you know, I don't like, people are like, so when do you plan on going live? And I'm like, when I get ready to go live. Well, what makes you ready? I get a God download, or a God's like, hey dude, go live. And I'm like, all right, I'm going live. What are you going to talk about? Whatever God told me I needed to talk about. I don't know.
No.
Like, I don't know, you know, and I don't even like, it's not even for me. I want to stay, you know, you said something about this earlier. You said something about, I don't want to fade away. I'm in the second half and I don't want to fade away.
I don't want to fade away.
You want to stay relevant. You want to stay top of mind. Well, there's only a couple of ways to do that. You know, you can go out and knock on doors and introduce yourself to people, or you can, you know, I've shared this out to my 62,000 fans on my fan page. I've shared this out to my page, 5,000 friends. So there's going to be a lot of people that had never met you or seen you before that are going to see you now and maybe follow you or whatever, right? So the only way to stay top of mind and relevant is to keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
Taking what Weldon said, taking 10x actions, really pushing forward, giving it everything that you have, and not labeling it. Like, let's just go live. Just like you called me at what, 8:30?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Hey, can you jump on the show tonight? What did I say? Of course. Yes. Of course,
yeah. You know what? And if you wouldn't have, I'd have been, all right, fine. I'm going on because I got to go on and I got to talk about halftime. It's second half is going to be really strong.
You're going to kill it, dude.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I really am.
Good. You need to be. You've got a good thing. And dude, you have an incredible message.
Yeah. I feel like I feel so vulnerable. I feel like I'm getting therapy tonight from you, which is fun. I like vulnerability because you know what? It's real. Like, we need to be vulnerable. Like, you need to be like the dog, lay on your back and let your belly exposed.
Yeah.
So that people know that you're real, you know? And the last thing I ever want to be is like something that's not real, you know, like that's so, whatever. I don't know if that's a cliche or if that's just stupid, but I just want to be real, you know,
authentic.
Like you. I want to be like you, Ken. You're the real Ken Walls.
I am the real Ken Walls.
There are a lot of fake ones. Right? There are a lot of fake ones. Like, once you're the real, that means there's a lot of people trying to be you fake, right?
There are a lot of fake profiles on Instagram and Facebook using my pictures. Oh, it's horrible.
Well, if Rojas is watching or whatever, if he does watch, I'm going to be the real Doe McClure. That's my real alias.
The real what?
Doe McClure. That's how my name has been spelled. If you like, DOUGHMCCLOR. The real Doe McClure. There's only one of them, and that would definitely be me.
Wow. I would stick with the real Doug McClure.
Yeah, I'll stick with Doug. So Ken, the most preaching I've heard from you in a long time, just when I thought I was trying to take the show a little off the spiritual side and the emotional side and the family side, you come on and you continue to keep it going in the direction that God's got a plan for you. God's got you in odds that you can't even fathom. And you've got something for other people because of what's going inside you.
I am not a religious man in any way. In fact, most of the time I'm very not fond of organized religion. However, I am a very spiritual person. And the difference is, I've heard this. I didn't come up with this. I don't know who did, but I think it's hilarious. Religion is for people who are afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for those of us who've already been there.
Wow, that's kind of profound.
And so I lived a really crazy life, man, for a long time. I got sober almost in August the 10th. I'll have 18 years sober, man. And as God went, all right, dude, you've had enough. You've created this story now of complete chaos and in your life. And so we're going to now use you to help a lot of people. And I've been able to do that. It's been a gift and a blessing to be an alcoholic for me. So, it really has been,
so many people would say, what did he just say?
I know. But you know what, man, you can't, I cannot, if I walked up and said, dude, I think my nose is broken. It hurts like crazy. And you probably without an x-ray machine wouldn't be able to tell me unless you've experienced a broken nose, right?
Yeah,
dude, I know exactly what you're feeling because I've been, right?
Totally did that. Yep.
Yeah. So I've been through the crap, and it's a lot of it was self-imposed, but I get to help people that are putting themselves through the crap. I get to help them break those chains of bondage and live a different life today. And I wouldn't be able to if I hadn't gone through all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm grateful that I'm a recovered alcoholic.
Huh.
Yeah.
You got a lot to offer, Ken.
Hour and 6 minutes, dude. You're way over.
I'm so off my time frame.
Your structure.
I'm feeling so unstructured now. Well, and that's the crazy thing is I'm just not the guy of structure. Rhonda would tell you that. And then right at that point, she goes, your message tonight has been pointed and passionate, filled with truths, insights, and wisdoms.
Thank you, Rhonda. That means I don't think your wife knows how much I look up to her and respect her. She is an amazing lady. She really is.
She's really something, dude.
Yeah, she is. Both of you are. I love both of you. And I'm so grateful that you hit me up tonight, man.
Me too. I think we all needed it. I know there's going to be people that are watching the show after it's done, and then they go through the replays. I mean, there's always about 1,000 people that view it. I don't know how long they view it or what, but there's always a good 1,000, and people are going to hit your message tonight. And I really appreciate you bringing your passion, like Rhonda said, and you're pointed, and you full of truth, bro. You're preaching.
I didn't mean to get preachy.
You were not preaching in a bad way, but just delivering truth for us. And as always, you're encouraging me and helping me. You're giving me that halftime pep talk. To help us get some clarity on the second half. And I'm really excited about the second half now. I'm just going to let one thing that Rhonda and I have been talking about in our company with our leadership and our folks is just. There's that whole little thing like you be you or whatever, can you just be you, Yeah. I mean, somebody playing that the wrong way or however that is, but I'm embracing just trying to be me and just not worry about what people think or what the structure is. And so for me to be me in the second half, it means I'm sitting over here and I want to pop up. What I would love StreamYard to do for me, Ken, is enable me to start a live on my phone.
You can. Starting today or tomorrow, you're going to be able to, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I need. How many times I'm like, if I could just go on and click on my phone, but I got to go get my laptop out. I got to get in front of the camera. I got to turn the light on.
Dude, you got to follow StreamYard's page and watch their Sunday night town hall meetings where they announce new features being released every Sunday. Yeah, they announced it last night, and I was talking to the CEO today. He's a friend of mine, and It's I think Tuesday. I think it's today or tomorrow. I think that they were planning on it.
Because I feel so confined. I'm always in this little spot. Like if I could have my little gimbal and I could be out doing and run it. I mean,
yeah.
Second half.
Dude, listen, man. I think that, Grant Cardone has done a lot of one-on-one coaching with me. And like him or love him or hate him, I don't care. I love the dude. I think he's got a great message in a lot of ways. One time I was going through some crazy stuff with all these employees in my company and some really bad apples and just, some craziness.
Yeah.
And I called him and I said, dude, this is insane. And blah, 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 blah. And he goes, look, man, here's all I can tell you. My mom used to say, Grant, when you're going through hell, stomp on the gas. Right?
Get out of there fast.
We're all going to go through the crap, right?
Right.
You gotta just, man. And so if the first half was bad and which we all know it was, right? COVID was nuts, man. The second half is coming up here in a week or so. And we have an opportunity to just freaking stomp on the gas and go, man. What excuses? I don't have them anymore. I'm moving so fast that excuses don't have time to catch me. That's it, man.
I'm sure glad you're not into organized religion. Otherwise, you'd have a church tomorrow. We'd be getting you your own denomination, Ken.
Come on, man. I'm passionate about helping people wake up.
Yeah, I love it. Well, hey,
it would be the church of no excuses.
Yeah, if your messages were for nobody else, they were for me tonight on here. So I appreciate the halftime session. Like what I remember from my years of playing basketball, and I played a lot of basketball through high school and college, and our thing always was in the second half we would put on like a full court press. Like we would just kind of like lazy them out in the first half, but second half was about putting the full court press on when you come out of halftime. Like you don't even do it the first one, but you go down, you make a bucket, and then boom, you slap it on them, and they're like, "What hit us?" Boom. Next thing you know, you're up 24 points, and now all you got to do is go into the fourth quarter and kind of like just wear them out and win. And so I'm looking forward to a full court press second half. You've been really encouraged me, and I know everybody else who's been watching tonight, Ken, and appreciate your time with us and all that you're doing for the folks that are out there in your sector and in your sphere. Just really blessed to have you in our life.
Dude, I'm honored. I'm so honored, and I love you like a brother, and I can't even believe that this relationship started as landlord tenant.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
No.
If God can bring the 400 trillion in one opportunity in, he can certainly find a way to put us together with a little landlord and tenancy agreement.
And
it was really, I'm really blessed by it. So, hey, why don't you just move to Chattanooga?
On the way. I have my golf clubs, and we bought 2 new cars, and we were making room in the garage, and I said, give me those golf clubs. And Jill's like, why? And I go, they're permanently going into the back of my car because I'm going to stop and play golf every now and then.
Well, you need to come down. I've got like 6 or 7 or so free guest trips to Black Creek because we were shut down during COVID. So I've got like this bank of free guest passes that I've got to use up.
Wow.
So you need to come.
Wow.
Paul Gately. Do you know who Paul is?
I don't. Do you know him?
No, but somebody was calling my phone. I don't know who Paul is. Let me see. He looks like fun. Maybe next week, Paul, but we're at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Not that we're knocking you out, but
not tonight.
Not tonight. Ken crushed it already, and we can't do any more. But hey, DM me, Paul, right? I mean, send me a message in Facebook. Yeah. Put me in the messenger. We'll link up. We'll see what you want to talk about.
That's him. He called you. How did he call your cell phone?
maybe I know him and I don't even know who I am knowing, and that'd be bad. And I'd be really sorry, Paul, if I'm supposed to know who you are and I don't right now. But that's what happens. So, hey,
Funny.
Ken, thanks a lot.
Thank
I'm going
you.
to throw the outro. I'm going to catch this call with Paul, and we're going to
keep me on here.
Huh?
Keep me on though.
Yeah, I'm going to keep you on, Coach.
Okay.
Everybody, thanks for being on the show tonight. It's been one of the best. I'm super excited about our second half, and in wherever you're at in your life, know that it ain't over yet. There's a big, strong second half. You can put the full court press on.
Amen.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you, dude.